Hey everybody, and welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today we have with us my daily driver. This is my F150. You don't see it on the channel very much, do some daily driver mods to it here and there, and today is no different. We're going to be doing a Eonon head unit. This is a head unit very similar to the one that we put in the BMW. It's going to have all the same features, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and I'm very excited to get it in this truck. The truck has an aftermarket head unit, and I don't know how old it is, but it's very 2010s Android feeling. It likes to glitch out. Nobody ever hooked up a camera to it. Even though my truck does have a backup camera, it's the one that's actually in the rearview mirror. So I'm not quite sure what we're gonna be doing with the camera on this one, but I want to show that off, and I might put it on the front or something. I'm not sure quite just yet what I want to do about that, but we will be unboxing and installing that this video. Before we do, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like if you enjoy this type of content. Also check us out on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports. We will also have this and their website linked down in the description below as always. If you're needing a head unit, use this discount code here and see if they make one for your vehicle. All right, opening up the Eonon system for the 2012 F150. And this box, for being a head unit, is a fairly large box. Most of the time you get a head unit in a box about half this size. And the reason for that is that it comes with a whole new dash piece, all in one. So there we go, already pre-installed. So let's unwrap this and see what that looks like real quick. Okay, that looks, well, that looks amazing. I am very excited to get this put in. Really nice material here. Doesn't have the that rubbery stuff that sometimes companies like to put on their plastics. It looks very factory. The texture looks all even. Really high quality feel. It doesn't have a ton of flex to it. Feels like it's pretty sturdy. And like I said, the head unit is already pre-installed to the back here. Now, what I've noticed with Eonon is all of these plugs are different sizes. You can't accidentally plug this in wrong. This is literally a plug and play. We'll remove the old system and you'll put the new system in. And then this is the only other packaging in here. The rest of this is just foam. The instructions and your owner's guide, and labels all of the connectors here, which is super nice. If you have any questions, you can go through here and see exactly what you're looking at. The user's manual. Most of this is the actual operating the stereo, so there's not a ton of install instructions in this. Again, it really is plug and play. If you can't seem to figure this out, I'm not sure what to tell you about installing head units. You might want to take it somewhere, because literally I don't know if you can get any more simple than plugs that don't go anywhere else. You plug it in and you're done. So here is the backup camera. If I mentioned this, but it does come with a backup camera. There is a little owner's manual for the backup camera. Probably tells you what the wires are for. Shows you how to set those up. Again, we'll show that off when we go to put it on the truck. Here is the wire harness itself. Looks pretty daunting, but honestly, again, this is about as straightforward as they can make it. So pulling all of this out, there is your external microphone. There is the GPS. And here is the harness. Okay, so this is backup camera stuff, and all of these are labeled. You see all the little labels on them and tell you exactly what they do. So brake shift control, backup camera ground, backup camera input, the 12 volt. This will tell you how to put that together. These white plugs that you see here, these are the ones that are going to be going into the back of the head unit itself. Box right here is what's going to talk to the steering wheel. And so this will allow you to still run your steering wheel controls. There's another video input here. I'm not sure what exactly that is for. I don't know, maybe you can do more than one. So this is compatible with an actual sound system. So if you want to do subwoofers and upgrade your speakers and things like that, nothing that you see here will stop you or impede you for that. If anything, it's ready to go for a subwoofer. So here we are inside my pickup, and unfortunately, every single time I record in a vehicle, it's just unbelievably dark. So I've got a light backing us, but there's gonna be a pretty heavy shadow when we're working up here, so just ignore some of that. But I kind of want to go over the head unit that's in here real quick, and I don't know how much you can see this, but this is not held up very well, this plastic. It's kind of like a soft It's almost got like a rubber coating to it, and there's a lot of scratches in it, especially in this light here. I don't know how much you can see, but there's a lot in here. So this vehicle here isn't super difficult. What we'll be doing is popping these two side pieces off just enough to release the center panel. I'm not going to tear the whole dash apart, don't need to do this install, and then we'll bring in the new one. I just want to boot this one up real quick and show what it looks like, and then we will start to pull it apart. It's not the fastest thing in the world, and it's not terrible, but I don't know. It ends up being on this screen most of the time. It's in kilometers an hour. I can't seem to change that. It's got one song on it, and the apps are all outdated, like YouTube and stuff like that, and you can't get any more apps on this, so it's kind of frustrating that I just feel like I never like am able to like use this. Now, another thing you might have noticed when I was just showing off this old system here, it does not show any of the climate control. Nothing. So I cannot see my temperature, fan speed, or anything. I've just been kind of having to go, you know, based off of feel, which is, you know, it's not like horrible, but it is kind of frustrating that I'm not able to see what's going on. So I'm hoping that the new one does, and supposedly it does. So we'll find out here in just a little bit. But let's get these pulled away. All right, so this is how it looks after it's been removed. Whoever installed this one didn't do any screws up the sides, so I don't think that's correct. I think I'm actually missing some hardware. But I was able to just pull these pieces away just enough to slip this out of here. And as you can see here at the top, there is my original display for the temperature controls. These systems cover over that, and that's why I couldn't see them on this old one. So I'm really crossing my fingers. If it doesn't have it on this new system, it's not going to hurt my feelings too bad, but I'm just kind of hoping that it does. So I'm going to now remove the heater controls from this old one. Looks like they are like a T20 maybe. And then I also need to remove this piece here, traction control, the hazard light switch, and the passenger airbag off indicator light. All right, well, I apologize for not doing like a full step-by-step install on this specific F150, but really I've pulled the unit out, I've moved over the climate control and the other center console buttons, and then all I'm gonna do is take these here and plug those in, and then the harness is now installed, and then if you wanna do backup camera, if you wanna do your USB, you can run all that. I'm not gonna be doing the USB, and I'm still debating whether to do a backup camera because, like I said, I've got one in the mirror. But I definitely want to hook it up, and I'll show you guys what the backup camera looks like when it's running. All right, well, unfortunately I wasn't able to show the unit turning on because I had to start my pickup, and I totally didn't even think to turn on the camera. But as you can see here, it is running, and just surface level, the graphics and the screen quality is miles ahead of the other one. The functionality of everything feels really nice and smooth, no major lagging or anything like that. This is a generic camera, which means that it's set up like just one you would find if you just picked one off of Amazon, or if you grabbed one from like an audio store that sells cameras. It's got two wires in the back, and you can do this one of two ways. These two wires can run to your tail lights, but what's nice is you do not have to power it through your tail lights. They give you one from your head unit. So this is the one from the head unit, and what happens is this one powers up when you're in reverse. So let's do this. I'm gonna put it in reverse real quick after plugging this in. So you'll have both of these plugged in like this on the camera side, and then you do not have to do anything with these two wires that are over here next to the camera. You go all the way up here to the front, and you run this one into the wire that says backup camera 12 volt. So I have those two touching now. Nothing's happening, right? You put it into reverse, and again, I'm sorry because recording a screen isn't the best way to show off how well, you know, something looks.
But just so you know, this looks really good, nice and crispy. It's actually slightly better than the backup camera I have. I personally think that this would be cooler for a front camera. All right, everybody, here is the head unit fully installed. Pop these pieces back into place, and honestly, I couldn't be happier with the way that this looks. This is much higher quality. I'll show off the old one in just a moment. If my fingers stop being greasy, but it doesn't scratch or mark up the same way as the other one did. It feels like a much better quality. And then these worked. The other one I actually had to file these, like file the plastic around them to make those work. But here is the head unit all installed, booted up. Now I don't have CarPlay or Android Auto running right now, mostly because when you hook up Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, it wants to jump to those systems. And so I kind of wanted to show off this main screen first. But you can see here, you can see all the apps that you've got. We'll go over some of the ones that are important. So Bluetooth music, front camera, you've got your audio controls there. You're gonna have Netflix, which is kind of cool. Maps, screensaver. I think you can actually change your screensaver and wallpapers and stuff like that. So there's a wallpaper one. YouTube. This right here, this Torque application, this is actually for the OBD2 scan tool that you can buy. And I don't think they're very much. I've never purchased one, even though I've had a couple systems, head units that have this. So maybe I'll do that and in the future go over kind of what that's like. It's basically just you leave that little port piece in there all the time, and it's very similar. Here, let me grab I have a Blue Driver, and it'd be something similar to this, and you leave it plugged into your car, but instead of you having to get on your phone, it's right on your head unit, and then you can go through and diagnose things and read all of the live data, which is really cool. Here's all the physical controls. I say physical, but they're touch. And this just kind of goes back to the main menu, power, back, and then this would be your volume up and down. Steering wheel worked right away. So here is steering wheel controls going up and down. The biggest thing I was worried about was, does it run this stuff here? And I'm happy to say that, look, there it is right there. You can see all the controls. My other one did not have this. I was just running blind. I had no idea what was going on, and I'm really happy about this. Need to change the Celsius, but other than that, I am so happy that this displays the climate control. This system right here is worth it just for that over the other one I had. So very happy about all that. This one also shows you what doors are open, which is kind of nice. So I'm gonna shut one of the doors here, and now you can just see the other three are open. I'll open that one back up again. Really cool that it does that. And it doesn't stay on the screen. It goes away. You see that there. I've had head units before where it just stayed up. If you had a door open, it was just up all the time, which is, you know, can get kind of annoying. So real quick here, let's show off let's see if we can do a wallpaper here. I think you can get your own photos on here. I can't imagine that'd be too difficult. So we're gonna set this one as a wallpaper, and then boom, look at that. Pretty cool. So I could, you know, get a picture of my wife and I, or a picture of the cars or something, or both, and be able to use this. I think it does have, let's see here, theme. I wonder what theme does. I think this is like the darkness modes and stuff like that. You do have steering wheel learning, so if you have any issues with your steering wheel controls, I would check there first. But yeah, really quick stuff, very fast. I am beyond happy with it so far. I think you can add apps. There's Play Store right there. So I think you can add apps. So if you wanted to put like Disney Plus on here, or Hulu or something like that, I think you're able to do that. I don't want to say for sure, but there's the Play Store. Why else would that be here? I mean, you got Netflix on here, so, and YouTube. But anyways, more than happy with this system so far. Let me pull out the old one real quick, and I'll just show you how poorly that trim piece held up. Now, it doesn't look too bad on camera. Oh, right there. So you can see all the scratching in there. This is like a soft, like almost like a rubbery coating, and this one is very much more like a OEM. It's very much like this texture here. So I really appreciate everybody so much for watching. Again, super easy to install these. That's why I didn't do a absolute step-by-step, is because all you do is plug it in. The hardest part about this was getting the dash part, and that wasn't even that difficult. You had a pry tool underneath here, pop those off, and then this came out. couple screws, we were done. So I really appreciate everybody so much for watching. Any comments or questions down in the comment section below. As always, I will have this linked in the description below. And we also have a discount code right here. Thanks again, and we'll see everybody in the next video.
Bam!